So let's take a look at the deck before we get into the games. This is blue-white taxes, kind of a non-traditional color set for this deck, but also a pretty fun one. So what do we got? The big thing that we got from the newest set was Niambi. Niambi Esteemed Speaker says, well, it's 2 mana, 1/1 blue, flash. When it enters the battlefield, you may return another target creature you control to its owner's hand. If you do, you gain life equal to that creature's converted mana cost. You can also pay 3 to discard a legendary card and draw 2 cards, Niambi, of course, being a legendary herself. We also have a few other legendaries in the deck, of course. We've got Talia, as always. We are a Taxes deck. We also get to play Lavinia in these colors, which Lavinia is good in quite a few matchups. Specifically, Tron is pretty good, or it's pretty good against Tron. It's also great with Spell Queller, which is one of the big, powerful cards we get, being in the colors we are in. What else do we get here? So the big things you get in the blue-white version, of course, are Meddling Mage, a human's staple, but obviously is quite good in the taxing plan, just saying no to your opponent being able to play spells, things like Wraths or removal spells, which can get pretty annoying. We get Unsettled Mariner. We don't have any sort of anything going on with the Changeling effect, however, just being kind of an extra Talia is pretty nice, especially because it's not legendary, so you don't have to like stack those up in some sort of weird way there. When we also get Deputy of Detention, a pretty powerful card in Modern, again, kind of a human staple, but just really good in these colors. For Spell Queller fun, we get, we're also adding an Eldrazi Displacer, and of course Flicker Wisp. Now these cards working together can do some pretty funny things, and as you'll see in the deck, Niambi also works really well with Spell Queller. Spell Queller's, of course, says when it enters the battlefield, exile target spell with converted mana cost 4 or less. When it leaves the battlefield, exiled card's owner may cast that card without paying its mana cost. So the fun trick you get to do here is if you can cast your Spell Queller, or throw it out there with Ether Vial or what have you, and then use one of these other cards to blink it while the trigger is still in the stack, that spell gets exiled forever, and you just have a blank Spell Queller, so your opponent can never get it back. So it's pretty nice, pretty fun, as you'll see in the matchups. Otherwise, just kind of regular taxes list. We've got a couple of Giver runes. We've got the full 4 Path to Exile, full 4 Ether Vial. Charming Prince makes an appearance because this card is just great, especially in taxes. Of course, we've got our Leonin Arbiters to hate our opponent's mana bases. Got Selfless Spirit just to help protect our creatures. We are a creature-based deck. And we don't have a lot of attacking power in blue-white. That is one of the downfalls of blue-white. Definitely the slower version of taxes. So this just kind of makes sure that our stuff sticks around because we don't have a lot to work with in that regard. So we have one of the 3 mana Thalias as well, really good against like Mystic Sanctuary decks and things like that. Can kind of help you in creature matchups as well, but definitely really good against Mystic Sanctuary, especially when your opponents forget about it, which is great. Of course, we've got the Flicker Wisps. I did go down on those. Normally I'm playing a little bit more, but didn't feel like we needed the full 4 in this list, since we have some other things going on. Land-wise, Adakar Wastes, mostly because of Displacer. You could you could cut Displacer and then go with real lands in that slot if you really wanted to. Got some Hollow Fountains, got our Ghost Quarters, of course. Moorland Haunt is a port from Spirits, Modern Spirits. You can pay to exile a creature card from your graveyard, create a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying. Our creatures tend to die. That's kind of just what happens in Modern, and so this just gives us a way to use them out of the graveyard. And most people don't bring any sort of graveyard hate against us, even post-board, so just having a Moorland Haunt in the deck just kind of gives you an extra reach sometimes against like Wrath style decks and whatnot. We've got a Mutavault, again, just kind of help protect against Wraths, help against Lilianas, things like that. Scavenger Grounds. Scavenger Grounds is really, really, like, in Modern, if you're not running Scavenger Grounds in your list, I don't even know why. Like, it's free graveyard hate, and Modern is just rampant with graveyard style decks, and especially those decks that don't necessarily rely on their graveyard to do everything, but still use it a lot. You have like Snapcaster decks and Mystic Sanctuary type decks. Just having incidental graveyard hate can really come in clutch there. So we've got one Shepherd Dunes. Again, our creatures are not big, and so just any way we can like kind of pump in for that final damage is nice. A couple of Silent Clearing, Seacrum Coast, and a few basics here. In the sideboard, we of course have Containment Priest, just came into Modern, really excited about that. We've got our Devout Decrees, getting rid of some permanents, Disenchants, good against Bridge and things like that. We have an extra Deputy of Tension, so some of these kill spells maybe we could switch those out for more deputies or even a Reflector Mage, but sometimes just having an answer that just is more permanent can be useful. A couple Stony Silences. There's not a lot of artifact stuff, but the Hardened Scales is out there, so you gotta keep watch out for that. Coral Firewalker for Burn, Iron Crusader for John, Settle the Wreckage for other creature style decks. Got Phyrexian Revoker just as a catch-all, and then of course Damping Sphere for Tron. So yeah, nothing too spicy in the sideboard besides the new Containment Priests, obviously. Great Taxes tech. So yeah, let's get to the game and see how we got a game against Jam Jar Man. Jam Jarman. Ooh, okay. Okay, we've got our Niambi. We only have a Plains to work with, but we also have an Ether Vial. So I think we are keeping this hand, and hopefully our opponent can't deal with the Vial anytime soon. We also have a turn 1 play. Island. Okay, don't counter my Vial. Thank you. Alright, so we got basic island here. Mountain. And passes. Alright, don't have main deck a Braid, please. Land, please. Not a land. Not a land. That is unfortunate. We are going to need to hit some lands at some point. Opt for our opponent, sure. If this is some sort of Blue Moon variant. One of Kai Guy's other accounts. Yep, opt. Sure. Must be digging for land. Otherwise, I'm not sure why they would play that on their main phase. I'm assuming our Giver is going to get bolted here. But, I mean, we're going to put it out. No reason not to. Okay, we really need a land here. Okay, they did not bolt it. I like that. Okay, we got our land. Unfortunately, it doesn't... Doesn't tap for blue, which is what we really need here. We're gonna play Selfless Spirit. Is this where the bolt comes out? No, okay. Not gonna attack with Giver. If they bolt anything, I think we will flash a Niambi to save it. I think that's worth it. Baral. Okay, so this is Storm. We can Storm. So we need Talia here. But actually, Unsettled Mariner is surprisingly good because it means they have to pay 1 for each of their triggers. So I don't actually hate this here. We're going to take this up to 3. We've got plenty of 3-drops to play, and Spell Queller is also pretty good against them. So, Arbiter is nice as well. Yeah, so we'll play Arbiter post-combat. Alright, let's get in with our flyer here. Yeah, because Arbiter will also keep our opponent from searching. So I'm feeling pretty good here. They don't actually have a lot of main board. Normally they don't have a lot of main board creature removal. And we've got it pretty well covered at this point. We've got double protection with Giver and Spellqueller, so I'm pretty happy with where we're at. Let's pass it on back to our opponent. Obviously, Italia would be pretty good here, just kind of negate the Baral's effect. But again, I think we're in a pretty good space here. And if they don't play anything, I think we're going to let that go. If they don't play anything worth countering here, we're going to get the Displacer in end of turn. Just in case we draw the extra land. We do need to colorless land, I guess, for it, but even still, just to increase the clock a little bit more. And to keep our Spellquellers back. Pyretic Ritual. Okay. I think... does add a lot of mana. Yeah, I think we're gonna quell this. We've got protection with Giver and with Unsettled Mariner to make this a fairly safe move. Our opponent could have another Pyretic Ritual in hand, which obviously does stuff, but still makes it pretty hard for our opponent to play things. Yeah, in this turn we can keep up another Spellqueller. So always know we like it on 3. Atakar Waste. Atakar Waste is perfect here. Yeah, so let's go to combat. We're gonna get in with just about everything. There's no reason to hold anything back here. They can block 2 of it, which is fine. And we're not going to play out the Displacer. We could, but I don't think that really does a whole lot for us right now. This way we can either leave up Niambi or Spellqueller. Oh, we can actually quell something and then bounce it with Niambi in response to the trigger on the stack, getting rid of it forever. So that also seems pretty good. Manamorphose, yeah, we're gonna let that go. Does net our opponent's mana. Serum Visions we will also let go. I think we gotta be pretty careful about what we use our Spellquellers on. I am gonna attempt the trick though. That seems too fun. Pyretic Ritual. Yeah, we're gonna cast. We're gonna get our Spellqueller out there. Maybe I don't do Niambi. Nah, maybe we just leave it. So there's not really a way for them to kill our Spellquellers. And they could have like some other... Well, I mean, we're not doing anything with our mana if we don't. Let's do it for science. I'm not actually 100% sure this works the way I want it to. So, gotta try it. Does Niambi resolve? Okay. So, return Spell Queller with its trigger on the stack. Okay. So now it counters it forever? Yeah. Oh yeah. Texas. Texas. I honestly didn't even think about that interaction when I first built this, but that is super fun. Obviously niche, like that's not going to happen every time. But pretty cool. We're pretty wrath-proof here. We've got the Spell Queller up again next turn. Along with Displacer if we needed to like do something tricky with that. So it's not over. This is Storm. Grape Shot. Targeting. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Unsettled Mariner doesn't care about Grape Shot's ability. You're gonna have to pay an extra 1 for each one of those. Plus we have Giver Runes up. So yeah, our opponent says whoops. I don't think that was intentional. Happens. Weird cards. Okay, so what do we want here? I think we just want our Damping Spheres. Do you want Core Firewalker? Maybe we want Core Firewalker. I don't think this applies to Storm because it's an effect, or it's a trigger. It's not like an extra spell or anything. Unsettled Mariner is pretty good. Niambi was pretty sweet, and she's the reason we're trying this deck out. Maybe just like a Flicker Wisp and a Charming Prince. I like Charming Prince for people to dig. Maybe just a Displacer. Displacer is not doing a ton here, probably. Is that all we want? I don't think we can name anything with Revoker that's relevant. Disenchant. No, I think we'll run it like that. I like this matchup. I feel like we have a pretty good matchup against Storm most of the time. They can certainly like just blow us out of the water by being Storm. But I think in general we have a decent matchup. You know what? I will take this. I'll take this. It's not super fast, but double Arbiter plus Damping Sphere seems pretty okay. Sleight of Hand. Sure. A Meddling Mage. Meddling Mage. Interesting. Okay. Planes and go. No Vile in these games, but you know, can't have everything, I guess. Can't have everything, is what they tell me. Alright, so I think this turn we're gonna put out our Damping Sphere. Ghost Quarter and Damping Sphere. Seiko. Next turn we can get out Arbiter plus Ghost Quarter if our opponent taps out. Potentially Meddling Mage. Oh. Second Goblin Electromancer. Okay, well it's going to undo some of the work of our Damping Sphere. However, double Damping Sphere? Okay, so the reason we're not going to do this is because of the card that bounces things. I always forget the name of them. I love it. but can't think of the name for whatever reason. But this is almost as good here. We're gonna blow up their Spirogrowth now. Take them down to 1 land. And we'll say go. Next turn we can play second Arbiter if we want. Sleight of hand, sure. Probably digging for a land here. Did not find one. Don't hate that. Fortunately, we can't attack in here because our opponent does have some 2/2s. Okay. I think we're gonna actually get out Displacer here. Displacer is something we can attack with next turn, or potentially start activating if we need to. It's not the most exciting play, but I think it's better than simply just playing out another Arbiter. Remand. No. What am I thinking of? Looking at the deck list now. Repeal might be a good name with Meddling Mage. I mean, because we could just name Grape Shot. Opt, sure. Digging for that land. I mean, they're going to find it eventually. Which is why I put out Displacer, because we need to increase our clock. And they can, like, double block or something if they really want to next turn. Well, actually, what we can do is we can attack. And then if they... Oh, they still didn't find a land. Oh. I am sorry. My probably not my friend anymore. Alright, so let's go to combat here. We're going to attack with Displacer. If they choose to double block, we can blink one of them. And then it's pretty much free for us. Okay, they take the damage. Smart. Let's just put out another Arbiter here. Make sure our opponent really can't search their deck. Yeah, so we might name, if we ever get a blue source, we might name Abrade or Repeal. I think is our best targets for Meddling Mage. Still no lands. Whoa. They are 16 cards deep. Comes the breaks. Go into discard. Gifts Ungiven. Another Displacer is not bad. Let's see, we have 6 mana. Alright, so let's go to combat. I think what we might do here is attack all. And then we can blink an attacker. They can eat an Arbiter, that's fine. And they scoop him up. Alright, we got a game against Pizza Man 29. This hand is alright. This hand is alright. See what we're up against. Alright, let's lead off with Seacrum Coast and pass. See what our opponent has in store for us. Schwamp. Raven's Crime. Okay, so we're discarding things. We're going to discard a path. Seems like the most relevant thing. And then I think because it seems like maybe this is going to be a discard deck. Let's see, yeah, target player. Okay, so we're going to get out Unsettled Mariner here. Oh, Meddling Mage. Meddling Mage is pretty good too. But let's get out the Unsettled Mariner here. Next turn, we can get out Meddling Mage and name like Liliana or something, or Fatal Push. There you go. We could have gotten Arbiter and Ghost Quartered our opponent next turn, but I think this is much more relevant. We still may get out Arbiter next turn. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see. Assuming this is some sort of 8-rack style deck. What's 8-rack playing these days? Let's find out. Wrench Mind. Yeah, I'm sorry, friend. That does not work. You have to pay 1. I love Unsettled Mariner. I love Unsettled Mariner. It's so good. People sleep on this card. Everything targets in Modern. Everything. Meddling... Oh, second Meddling Mage? Okay. Alright, so let's go to combat. Let's play Meddling Mage. Liliana, I think, is what we're going to name here. So if our opponent untaps and plays Liliana to make a sacrifice, it's pretty bad. Could also have like Fatal Push or something, which we'll get with Meddling Mage next turn. I don't even know if they play Liliana anymore, but I feel like that would be a thing that they would do. Seems only reasonable. Next turn we have... Okay, yeah, we're gonna Fatal Push. Yeah, I figured. Yep, gotta pay the extra 1. They have no other lands. We may... They don't. Okay. Oh, we have Spell Queller. Okay. So we have a few different options. I think we're not going to Arbiter. Because Arbiter is actually not very good against them anyways. Question is, do we play Meddling Mage or do we play Spell Queller? I think we're gonna play Meddling Mage. Question is, what are we naming? Do we just name Fatal Push? Or do we name one of their pieces like the rack? Do we just name the rack? I think because it'd be too easy to remove, I think we name Fatal Push. So if we name the rack, they get a Fatal Push, they kill it. End of story. Alright. Rude. Okay. I think we're gonna keep Fatal Push. And hope that we find a land. Discard path. Yeah, we're gonna keep the Fatal Push running around. Oof. Sacrifice a land. Alright, we're gonna sacrifice Ghost Quarter here. Puts our opponent down to 1 land though. Another Spell Queller. Okay. Opponent's got to stop on our draw step. Okay. Let's get Arbiter out here. This is all done by us, by this stupid Silent Clear. And eventually we're going to need to draw lands, but our opponent's down to 1 card. Come on, opponent. Alright, so let's pass it on back. So I think keeping the Fatal Push one was good, especially because they also went down a land. It means they're very unlikely to play a Liliana anytime soon. We have to keep in mind that they are playing Smallpox though. Potentially name Smallpox if we can at some point, or something, maybe next game. I mean, I don't think Liliana's a bad name either. But just something to keep in mind. I don't know about Smallpox in just like your regular 8-rack deck. Like, I get the appeal because you get to make your opponent discard a card, but like you don't have a lot of resources in 8-rack. I guess this is another kill spell, but it's a sacrifice kill spell, which is rough. Alright, so now we just get to keep up spell quellers for days. Opponent found the second land. Yep, so we're going to spell quell that for sure. And opponent scoops it up. Alright, what are we bringing in here? Let's bring in Revoker, bring in Deputy, bring in Mirran Crusader, maybe one of those. Let's take out a Charming Prince, take out Lavinia. Lavinia's not doing much for us here. Niambi might be relevant for life gain. Take out Displacer. We can take out Arbiters, actually. Arbiters are not good in this matchup. Maybe we take out all 4 and bring back in some of our other stuff. Yeah, like I like Charming Prince over that. Maybe another Devout Decree. I guess we'll take 1 Arbiter. Yeah, if they're mono black, then Arbiter's just not doing a lot. Like, obviously, like, I could have Ghost Guarded them at that point, but, like, I don't know that would have done anything for us. Alright, I like Ether Vial. I guess we could have gotten rid of Paths, too. That would have... Excuse me. That would have been much better. Oh, right, they let us go first. Okay. Mew to Vault, Ether Vial, and go. Next turn we can get out Talia, which helps against their discard spells. Urborg, which is nice because it lets us tap Silent Clearing without paying life. Silent Clearing, sure. Take up our Vial. Second Talia, I'll take that. Silent Clearing. We could... Oh no, this is only target creature or planeswalker, so we can't target Shrieking Affliction. So let's get out... Like, obviously if we're typing for white, we still need to pay life on this thing, but if we're not needing to pay white, we can just... for using it for its colorless or whatever. Mutavault. Nice thing is we have a backup Talia, so if our opponent just straight up kills this one, which they're going to do, we have another on the way. And we can keep up Niambi for it if we need to. So let's take a vial here. Hollowed Fountain. Okay, so let's keep this into play tapped. Let's go ahead and play our Talia, paying 1 life. And we'll say go. So if our opponent has a kill spell here, I think we do Flash and Niambi. Gains us some life. Only gains us 1, but yeah, so we're going to do this now. I do also like that Niambi also lets us draw cards, which could become very relevant. So it only gains us 1 life, but it fizzles our opponent's removal spell that they paid 2 for. Oh, okay, sure. Alright, well that's fine. That means our opponent spends a Fatal Push and an Inquisition to get rid of our Talia. So, I'm pretty okay with that. We can get in for 4 here if we've got nothing else to do. Which we don't. So that is what we will do. Let's play black. Go to combat. Get in for 4. If our opponent makes us discard anything else, I think we will Deputy the Shrieking Affliction away. We'd love to save it for when they play a second Shrieking Affliction, but we'll do what we have to here. If they have a Liliana, we can also make Mutavault a creature again. Okay, so that's what we're getting rid of, is the Ensnaring Bridge. The rack. We've got what we need. I guess I could have brought in Disenchants. Always no, always yield. We did take a damage this turn. We don't need to play this land though, so I'm just going to make Mutavault a creature and get in there. We do have ways of like blinking Deputy too if we ever find them. So if we do need to ever reset it for some reason, we can still do that. If they draw a second bridge or something. I wouldn't mind getting a Spell Queller. Be very okay with the Spell Queller. What do you got, opponent? 2 cards in hand. 2 cards in hand. We are running low on materials. We should not have kept Pathin. Okay. Yep, nothing we can do about that. That is an option on Funeral. Sure. It's fine. We have some ways of using our graveyard, but not many. Put us down to 0 cards. I guess they do have their Mutavault active now. Yeah. So we don't take any damage here. Another land. Okay, well in that case, we're gonna play... Do we play our Ghost Quarter? Yeah, I think we do. We're gonna play our Ghost Quarter. We're gonna target Mutavault, just get it out of the way there now. Get our opponent another land out of their deck. I mean, if we just draw all lands forever, things could go badly for us. Opponent is down to 1 card, so we'll see what they get. Deputy is slightly harder to Fatal Push. No, so they got the land. Okay, what do we get? Flicker Wisp. I like Flicker Wisp. Okay. Mute to Vault becomes a creature. Let's get in there for 3. So now we have extra bridge protection. Or if I put like Inquisitions or something, we can just blink Deputy till end of turn. Nope, just a Field of Ruin. Okay, so they're gonna kill our Mutavault. I guess we could actually save Mutavault. And that means we attack for 5. And they have no cards in hand, so this is the win here. Alright, so let's blink Mutavault. I don't care about searching, so... Yeah, so this means we attack in for 5. Probably more than 5, but... We attack for an F. Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one. Oh, I meant to draw a card, not reveal my hand. I always do that. Probably makes me look kind of like a dick. So we weren't drawing much, but pretty good one. Alright, we got a game against 14-11. Which is what I'm about to say about our hand. Alright. Pitch a land for now. It's not exciting, but it'll do. Not what we want to see. Not what we want to see at all. I wonder if we're up against Burn here. Got a path, so it's something. Stomping Grounds. Wooded Foothills. Oh, is this Ponza? That'd be funny. Or just Jund. Or Dredge. And they're going to play Fair Golgari Thug. Just path this now while we have the opportunity? I think so. This next turn is going to cost 2. Means our opponent doesn't get to dredge things. Mutavault. So go. Now, Talia is not necessarily great against dredge, but we'll see. Stinkweed Imp. Man, they are playing the fair game. Playing the fair game. Let's go ahead and play Mutavault. Let's get in there for 2. Opponent's probably gonna block. Yep, just fine. And then they get to get their dredge on. To counter a spell here, hopefully. Okay. Yep. Yes, we will go ahead and quell that. Exiles it, which is nice. Oh, I didn't even see the Silver Smoke. Cool, sure. That's fine. Ether Vial, not what we're wanting to see here. Let's go ahead and make this a creature, and we're gonna get in. Opponent can block if they'd like, but I think we gotta. I think the race is on here, so. Get out Ether Vial, because why not? I wonder if they attack here. No, no attacks. Okay. Means we won't be attacking with Mutavault this turn. Another Spell Queller is alright. So if we attack, they just block and sack. So I think we're just gonna get into Spirit because there's no outcome that's different there, so we'll pass. Cracking their foothills, sure. I guess maybe we should have, so that we could potentially attack the Mutavault again next turn, though it's not likely we'll get to. I guess they don't really have much in that graveyard, so. Passing the turn. Okay, we're gonna keep Spell Queller in hand here. I know sometimes it's right to play it out, but I don't think we want to yet. And we're gonna get Ghost Quarters for days. Okay, so I think we are gonna attack with Talia here, just get this off the battlefield. We can get it back, but... Haggle. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and Spell Queller that. Hope they don't have Conflagrate. Yep, gonna block the Talia, which is fine. Guess maybe we could have just attacked with Mutavault there. We have enough lands, it doesn't matter, but... It's been a very slow... Yep, okay, I give it up. Very slow hand from Dredge. Alright, settle. Oh yeah, Containment Priest. And... Devout Decree, Deputy... Actually, I think I like... Probably have included some real graveyard hate along with the Containment Priests, but... Whatevs. Okay. So... Let's see... Benya's probably not doing a ton for us here. Is she doing more than Talia? I don't know. No, because they have some one-toughness stuff that Talia can just block for days. I think because we have our lands, we keep this hand, and we've got Prince so we can scry. I don't know if we're playing that turn 2 or not, probably depends on what we see happening. We do need to find our Containment Priest. Meddling Mage is good. Let's just play that tapped on Sego. Build a couple Merchants of Veil. That's pretty good for us. Tricorn, yep. And an Archimedes. Let's check out the graveyard here. Yep. That's all they got, so. Pretty okay with that. I think Meddling Mage here is going to be naming Conflagrate. That or Smiting Helix. No, that don't. I think we're gonna get out Prince here. I'd like to set up the next couple of turns if we can. Okay. We don't want Niambi. A second Niambi. Do we want a fourth land? I don't think at the moment we do. Let's pass it back. Another Narcomoeba and a Silver Smoked Ghoul. Ox of Agonis. Will they play it this turn? Probably. Why not? Creeping Chill. And the Golgari Thug. Okay. So I'm assuming they just take Ox here. As it could, Smiting Helix, which would get back their Ghoul. They're gonna attack first, okay. Yeah, we can't block. And then what? What do you got? A couple different lines. Yeah, Ox, okay. Keeping the Ghoul and the Thug. And we really need to find Containment Priest here. Okay. Another Ox. Oof, okay. Well, that's a lot. Okay, so our opponent does have Conflagrate. And a lot of other stuff. Shepit Dunes. Okay. And we're down to 12? Goodness. Name Conflagrate. Oh, but they have Smiting Helix in the graveyard, so it doesn't matter. So maybe that was wrong. Yeah, I think we're just dead. One, 2, 7, 10, 13. And they've got Smiting Helix. So yeah, we'll go to game 3.
Double the taxes, triple the taxes, squeeze every last drop out of those insolent musical peasants.
Yeah, I think maybe it's wrong just to have Containment Priest. We should have some real graveyard hate. Just maybe. Let's bring in these Devout Decrees. Take out Lavinia. Take out Meddling Mage. Meddling Mage is not that good against them. They don't actually cast spells. They just have them. Yes, I would like to play first. Okay, so this is great. Especially being on the play. Hopefully we can get this priest down before before they do anything else. Seacrum Coast and go. So hopefully their turn one is not too nuts. Scalding Tarn. Okay. Meddling Mage to protect Containment Priest against... I don't know what we're gonna name. Sure, cracking the Scalding Tarn. Blood Crypt. This is where we get to see the power of Containment Priest. See how good it actually is. Stomping Ground. We are going to flash it in probably no matter what they do here. It's because we can't afford to do nothing. Okay. Alright, here we go. Is this a May ability? It is not. Excellent. So it will just get exiled. Like that. Ooh, okay. Silent Clearing is pretty good here. The lands are a little painful. But that is okay. So we're going to name Conflagrate again. Put out Giver of Runes here. And pass on back. So do you have the potentiality of Smiting Helix? But not this turn. They could have Shriek Torn for it, which I don't think does necessarily be a bad thing. Okay, so now that we have Spellcaller, I think we're just going to go for attacks. We can safely just pass the turn. Another Ghoul. I feel like we're in a pretty good position here. Things can always go wrong, but I think we're where we need to be. Just gonna have to play it tight. Come on, opponent. Wooded Foothills. And Life from the Loam. Do we counter that? I don't know if we care about Life from the Loam except for do they have any other dredgers? They do not. I think we are going to counter that. Since I'm paying extra life for these. Sure, no some more cards. And they get a life from them anyways. Sure. The path is good. Let's go to combat, attack, attack, attack. And that'll do. That will do. Yeah, I think this was pretty good showing for Containment Priest and what Containment Priest can do. Obviously, our opponent did have some slower hands, so maybe not full power, but certainly pretty good. On to the next one. All right, we got a game against Fortinbras. I know it's from something, but I honestly don't remember what it is. Okay, well, we've got a vial, so I think we're keeping this one. Our land situation is not necessarily ideal. It could be worse. Could be worse. Let's close the graveyard for now. So we're going to start out with Scavenger Grounds, Ether Vial, and go. See what our opponent has for us. Wooded Foothills. Cracks it. Mountain. Goblin Guide. Okay, so we're getting burned here. Makes our land situation a little bit more tough. And we are drawing Flicker Wisp. Okay. Well, we're going to play Arbiter out here. Costs us a life. Our opponent will probably have a burn spell to kill it. But I think that's what we're doing. Do they reveal land? They reveal Atalia. You know what? I'm going to keep Leon and Arbiter here. Especially with Talia on the top. Which we can vial in next turn. Yeah, our opponent has Arid Mesa here, so they have to kill Arbiter in order to crack it. Take it up Vial to 2. Okay, so we're not in the worst shape ever. Let's go ahead and I think we attack here. This could certainly go wrong. Yeah, we're gonna wait for blocks before. There's some argument to putting Talia down now, just so like bolts and stuff, but oh, double Arid Mesa, okay. Do they have a kill spell? Seems like maybe they don't. I mean, maybe they're, well, let's see. Okay. Plains, excellent. Alright, so let's get out Talia here. And we're gonna block. Okay. Alright, alright. What do they have? What do they have? Take out Vial to 3. Hollowed Fountain, okay. And then let's see. We're gonna play the Hollowed Fountain tapped. It gives our opponent a little bit more information about what we have in hand, but I think that's okay. We're in a good spot now. I'd like to. Oh man, triple Arid Mesa. I'm gonna get out Displacer here. We're gonna say always know, always yield to our Vial here. Charming Prince is pretty dang good. We're gonna go ahead and, I mean, I almost... Like, we don't even need to gain life here. I think we're just scrying too. Bottom. Bottom. And then let's go to combat. Attack, attack, attack. And then... yeah, we'll just say go. We have lethal next turn. Yeah, our opponent can't play anything at all here, so we're just, yeah. Opponent scoops it up. Makes sense. Alright, so let's bring in our Firewalkers. And I think that might be it for now. Take out Lavinia. I don't think she does anything in this matchup. Alright, here we go. Round 2. Fight. I like Talia. I like being able to cast all my spells. So yeah, we're gonna keep this. We've got a vial. Mountain. Lava spike to the face. Sure. Seachrome Coast. Ooh, actually don't hate that. Just because of Spell Queller and whatnot. Sadly we don't have Arbiter. But I don't think it's gonna matter too much in this game anyways. Let's take a vial. Core Firewalker, okay. Well for now, I think we're just gonna get out Talia. She'll probably eat a bolt here, which is fine. Or Helix maybe? No, they're gonna smash to smithereens our Ether Vial. Alright. Alright, well. That happened. We're pretty okay with that for the most part. Opponent letting us, okay. So now we're gonna get in with Talia here. Got Spell Queller for any sort of shenanigans on the other side. Like Lightning Helix. Our opponent bolts Spell Queller. Obviously, it's not the best, but there's some argument to get out like Selfless Spirit or Core Firewalker there instead. Spell Queller's not necessarily great against burn. That being said, if they... well, no, they can't. Never mind. Sacred Foundry, tapped. Our opponent's getting a lot of lands for a burn deck, so that's generally good news for us. We have a lot of lands ourselves, but... yeah, bolts. Yeah, gets the Helix. There's one for the Helix. Oh, outer face, okay. Alright, that's okay. I thought they were going to kill Talia there. We draw a second Talia. So this is a little awkward. I think we have to... let's see. Do we need double white for that? So this hurts a little bit. A lot of it, because it costs 3. Oh, that doesn't work. There we go. Okay, so it's cost 3. We're down to 7. But I think maybe that's okay. Could still go very wrong. If one has like path or something, and we just bolted ourselves for nothing, essentially. So I'm gonna hope they don't have path. I will save the blue-white mana base. It is rather painful. Monastery, Swift Spear. Can I always yes that, please? Apparently not. Okay. And pass the turn. Okay. I do like Spell Queller. Alright, we're gonna get in for 2 here in the air. Now we have path protection, at least for a little bit. Forest Charm. Which gets us down to 5. We've got 1 card in hand. We've got a Spell Queller. So I'm hoping we're not just dead here. I don't think we are. Passing the turn. Okay, in that case, let's see, we're down to 5. Our opponent has 2 cards. Any red spell gets us up to 6. 7. So I don't think we can tap out for Moorland Haunt here. I think that would be wise. Like, there's very little chance it goes terribly wrong, but it could go terribly wrong. Oh, I'd really like to play that, actually. Alright, go to combat. Attack for 2. Pass turn. Lightning bolt us down to 2. Okay. Or sorry, down to 3. Another land. Okay. Gonna hold on to this Spell Queller. Keeper of Runes is pretty nice. And we can play it. If we play it, Spell Queller all of a sudden costs us 2. Or no, it costs us 1 to play. So we go up to 3, so then a bolt kinda kills us. Oh man, this is so tight. It's so I think we gotta do it. I think we have to play it out. Maybe we don't. Maybe we can just sit there and do nothing, but I don't think that goes well for us eventually. Eventually they will hit something. Okay. So well, we have to do it now. So maybe it was wrong to play. Maybe it was wrong to play. So if they have Boros Charm, we are just dead. They don't have Boros Charm. Okay. Ether Vial. Okay. Let's attack for 4. We're still very, very fragile here. We're going to play Settled Mariner. Give ourselves a little extra protection here. Not by much, but it makes all of their burn spells cost 2 now with Talia out. We are shields down here. Boros Charm does it. I think that's the only thing, or double. They can't double bolt us because of these two. Passing the turn. Path is pretty good. Okay. Attack, 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 attack. Whew. What do we got? What do we got? Lightning bolt targeting me. Go down to 1. They have another one? Oh no, they were just paying for... Okay. That's fine. The blocks? That'll do. I'll play those. Burn can be a real rough matchup, but I think we got just the right amount of things there. Alright, we got a game against Star-Lord. 1, 2, 3. We've got an Ether Vial, we've got a Mariner, we've got a Giver. I like this hand. I like this hand. Let's keep it. See what our opponent's up to on the other side. A breeding pool tapped, okay. Let's go Ether Vial and Psycho. I will use my Vial trigger. Ooh, double Ghost Quarter. Alright, so... let's just go ahead and run out Arbiter now. See if it gets the counter. Mana Leak. Okay, well, cannot pay for Mana Leak. Interesting. Field of Ruin. See, opponent, you could have gotten me with your Field of Ruin right there. Okay. Let's go ahead and put out our Giver of Runes. And let our opponent do their Uro things. I'm wondering if this is the same deck I played against before. Where they're essentially taking a million turns. That one was Sultai. Ooh, okay. So we've got a lot. So I think we don't want to put out Scavenger Grounds yet because of this Field of Ruin. So let's go ahead and put out another Ghost Quarter. And then we're gonna pass it back to our opponent because we can't play things. If this is the similar deck to what we played against before. They were drawing their entire deck, and had one copy of the take an extra turn spell in their library that they would then cast and recast a million times over. Win the game. Shuffles itself back in, so you can't deck yourself either. So that's fun. Talia, I like Talia here. Okay, let's get in for 2. Gotta ping our opponent down a little bit here. Alright, so we're gonna play Talia here. Opponent's probably gonna Field of Ruin or Scavenger Grounds. We could have Ghost Quartered it before. Oh, Mana Leak, okay. Well, Snapcaster for Mana Leak. Ooh, quell that. Yeah, we're gonna quell the Snapcaster Mage. Not our own Talia. Okay. So, as long as our opponent doesn't untap and Wrath, I'd say we're looking pretty good. Yeah, Field of Ruin. Oh, but our opponent can't, huh? So they don't have the extra manas. Womp womp womp. Unsettled Mariner is so good. So good. It's any permanent you control. And yourself. Let's go ahead and always yield to this. We want it staying on 3. Atakar Wastes is fine. Let's begin some combats. I could have another Snapcaster, so we're just going to attack like that. So like our Unsettled Mariner. Like we could, you know, target it with Giver of Runes or whatever, and maybe that's the right thing to do, but we need to draw not lands. Is what I would like to do. Shark Typhoon. Interesting. Okay. So they just get... Okay. So this is a Shark Typhoon deck. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. Okay. Sure. You've got a shark. You've got a flying shark. Sharknado. Love this. Love it already. Okay. Let's do this. And get rid of the sharks. Shark's gone. File staying where it's at. Ooh, okay. So we're gonna go to combat. And we'll attack like this. Again, keeping an eye out for Snapcaster. Let's see, Uro needs how many cards? 5 other cards. Okay, so they're still a little ways off. Let's go ahead and play Meddling Mage. if they allow it, we're gonna name Cryptic here. Looks like they're gonna allow it. Alright, we're gonna say Cryptic command. And we could say Shark Typhoon, but I don't know how many Shark Typhoons. I guess because they can cycle it, maybe they can have as many of those as they want. Ice Fang Coaffle. Okay. Polluted Delta. Okay, so I wonder if this is also Sultai. We're about to find out. It is, okay, so are we about to get blown out? Utterly blown out? Okay, so it's just a fatal... targeting Unsettled Mariner. Or no. Fatal push is targeting Giver of Runes, okay. I guess we'll say blue. Because I've already played a land for him, so. Yeah, that Fatal Push cost them 3 manas. 3 manas. Alright, so attacking is going to be a little difficult. So they have enough to get back Uro next turn, so let's just go ahead and do this now. Sacrificing Scavenger Grounds. Let's get rid of all the graveyards. Having Scavenger Grounds in your main board is so nice. So nice. Especially in this deck, it's essentially free. Like sometimes we do get a little color screwed, it does happen. But with Vial and with like all the other things we're doing, second Vial is not what we needed here. Alright, so they're slowing down our attacks. That is for sure. But we're going to get in here for 2. I'm just going to take it. Sure. Yeah, we're just going to play this other Vial. There's no reason not to. Alright, we have to pay an extra 1. I wonder if we just get rid of the swamp. Like, do they have... How many swamps do they have in their deck? Let's find out if they have another swamp. Probably should have paid with Adhikar Waste, just in case they do have a second swamp, and then we can get rid of the second swamp. This might do nothing. Okay, cool. So they're out of swamp, so they have 1 swamp main board, or they have a swamp in hand. Obviously they could have other things I can fetch out. Stuff, which is fine. No tax, okay. Yeah, so we'll use that one. Give us something Flicker Wisp. Flicker Wisp is okay. I like Flicker Wisp. Okay. Let's begin combat. I'll get in for 2. Opponent's definitely slowed us down a lot. We could even trade the Spell Queller with the Ice Fang. I mean, it gets them the Snapcaster back, but... Okay, they're gonna go search. Upkeep stop. Zagoth Triumph. Okay. So... let's just do this now. I don't think we want them to have black in case they have any more kill spells. Slash a Wrath. A Wrath would be pretty bad. Misty Rainforest, okay. End step. let's go ahead and do this now. Get rid of Ice Fang. Does allow them to draw a card, but if our opponent doesn't have anything, then we just win. This gives us lethal. And they can't cryptic. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Okay. Alright. Do we bring in Containment Priest for Uro? I don't know if we do. I don't know if that's good enough. Plus they're running like the weird token generator. What do we even bring in here? Maybe the Disenchant for their Sharknado? Do they cast that? I don't even know. I don't know if that's a thing that they cast. Lavinia? We didn't see any walkers, I guess. Because this also hits Uro, right? Because it can't be activated as a graveyard? So maybe that's what we bring in instead of Containment Priest for now, and go down... Go down a Prince for now? Let's see. We didn't get to see much from our opponent. We have to keep in our removal because of the Snicks. This is a dandy. Dandy. Keep this. We just need to draw a Ghost Quarter when we're ready to go with this Arbiter. It's not a Ghost Quarter. Eat the bile. Go. Force of Negation. Alright. Fair enough. Fair enough. We'll play fair. Breeding Pool. Untapped. Okay, so they've got a counter spell. Okay. We're gonna play out Giver first. Giver's great, but if they're gonna counter something, I would have rather them counter Giver, obviously. Here's our second Ether Vial. Because we're just that lucky. Ice Fang, okay. Ice Fang is fine. Misty Rainforest. Yep, no blocks. We'll take our one. Shifadoons. We're gonna play Arbiter here. Hold up a pretend path. Spell Snare. Sure. Our spell has been snared. No attacks. Not running into a second Ice Fang. I guess it doesn't have Death Touch yet. At all. Even a little bit. There's the Triome. So if they have Dead of Winter, they are officially open for business. And a Water Grave. So, okay. So we're going to have some trouble getting rid of their black mana this time around. I think that was important last time, though. Yep. Taking our beats. Down to 18. Tick up the Vial. Yes. Eldrazi Displacer. I like that. Deputy. Of Detention. Snag an Ice Fang. On their upkeep, we're going to Vial and Meddling Mage, naming Dead of Winter. So I think that that's what they have. I could be wrong. Cycles Sharks. Okay, that is fine. We've got Displacer for that. Maybe they don't have it, because that'd be a strange thing to do if they don't have it, but I think we're still going to name it. Oh, no, they can't even, that doesn't even do anything, actually, because they have no snow permanents. Let's just name Cryptic Command again. I'm so afraid of Cryptic Command. Maybe we should have named Fatal Push. I guess we're kind of protected against Fatal Push with Giver doing its thing. So now they're just gonna go like snow covered, dead of winter. End. Yep. That is flying, so we will not block it. Oh, just straight up damnation. I guess that's a thing we could have named too. Okay. Well, that's a blowout. Alright, we need something good here. Something real good. Moreland Haunt is actually not the worst. Because it means we can make blockers for this Ice Fang all day. Okay. So I'll give her. Make a token. Our opponent probably has kill spells and things, which is fine. I'd much rather them use that on a token. Or if it just trades, that's also great. So we can do that for eternity. Not really, we're going to run out of in our yard eventually, but we've got a few in there. If our opponent keeps killing things, then we can keep making spirits. Spell Queller would be pretty okay here. Straight up Fatal Push. Okay. More fuel for the fire. Pyre? I don't know. Alright. Always no. Always yield. Herbiter. Okay. Well, not the most exciting draw. Better fetch now. Ooh, that was scary. Archmage's Charm. Could have stolen our vial. If there was anything we could do about it. Guess we don't need upkeep stop set at the moment. Just eating away at our time. Alright, let's make a spirit. Car waste. Definitely not what we wanted to see. Let's go to combat. And we're attacking with both these. If they have Snapcaster or something, then they have Snapcaster. And they don't. I don't know how many of these spirits we're going to make. Cracks, sure. Correctly paid for the Arbiter. Now they can Dead of Winter. Maybe they're not playing that. Maybe they don't have enough snowy things to make that worthwhile. They just play Damnation. I do love Dead of Winter. I think it's a great card. I think we're going to make one more. And then probably leave it at that. Because obviously a Wrath gets us pretty good, but unfortunately we can't crack the Shepherd tunes because sorcery speed. Like our waste is real bad. I guess we should play that post combat if we want to be smart. But you know, never claimed that over here. Snapcatcher? Or just cracking a fetch? Mystic Sanctuary. Or Archmage's Charm. Okay. To just draw more cards, hopefully? And I guess we don't necessarily care if they steal our vial. Oh man. So, here's the thing. Is next turn we could have lethal. I guess actually the safer thing to do is to... Oh no, because they have Archmage's Charm, so they're going to steal... No, they're just... Okay, just drawing 2 cards. Interesting. I guess they're digging for answers. What they could have done, I don't know if this is better than what they're doing, this is the line that was in my head, was they could have used Archmage's Charm to steal a spirit, block a spirit, only take 2 next turn. Are they going to tap out? Another Damnation. Okay. Yeah, see, and that's why we didn't eat up all of our gift. Alright, so we had a bit of an issue with the audio, and I had to jump up real quick. So I just came back in to fill this last little bit out here. We were just trying to survive our last turn. Pull a Spell Queller, which will be pretty handy. Put us down to 5, we're going to swing in. And we're going to pass it back. Opponent's trying to dig their way out here. And they're going to try to get rid of our land, which is giving us spirits, so we're going to put one more out. Kind of basics, but not too important right at the moment. We draw a Revoker here, which isn't doing a ton, but we'll take another body. We're gonna crack our Shepherd Dunes. Go for lethal. Our opponent, of course, cycles their Shark Typhoon, creating a blocker and letting themselves live a little bit longer. We get a path off the top, so we're going to get rid of this shark. Our opponent's going to force. We're going to spell Queller the Force. And then we're going to get in there. We do play a Revoker out here, which was probably unnecessary. But we wanted to make sure our opponent couldn't make any more blockers with the Shark Typhoon. We're going to pass it back, and our opponent does scoop it up here, showing us their hand, which is full of lands.
I have the high ground!